food, okay. So you've just got your favourite portion of chips or whatever other dish you like, and you've looked into your cupboard and there's no gravy, so what do? Well, join me in Kedi's kitchen and find out.
Sometimes you just want a really luxurious gravy with your food, but these staple items just won't cut it. So what do? Let's make our own. So having put those aside, we're going to get our saucepan on the hob. These are the ingredients I'm going to be using. A tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of plain flour, a tablespoon of tomato puree, 1 beef stock cube and half a teaspoon of garlic puree. So to start with, we need to make a roux, so we just melt the butter and flour together. Okay, so once we've made the roux, we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. The tomato puree goes in. I'm going to mix it up a little bit until smooth, and then we're going to add the garlic puree as well. Oops, that stock cube looks like it wants to jump in. We're not quite ready for that yet, so we'll put that aside. Let's mix until smooth. So now we're going to add water to our mixture. So I added around 300 millilitres of water, but you can add as much or as little as you want, just to make sure that you've got the desired consistency for you. As I'm cooking for 2 today, this was enough for our dish. As you can see, this is a close-up of me stirring the mixture. I'm making sure that I'm getting all the little bits from the bottom of the pan to make sure that the consistency is nice and smooth. As you can see, it's starting to thicken up and get into the desired consistency. But don't worry, you might be thinking it looks like tomato soup, but we're not quite done yet. So now I'm breaking in the stock cube to the mixture, and I'm going to just whisk that in to make sure that it's all blended together. So here you can see I've added a little bit more water because it's thickening up nicely, but I just wanted to thin it out just a tad. So at this point you can see that the gravy still looks like tomato soup, but this is where the magic happens. I'm just going to add a little bit of browning, a teaspoon's worth, and you can get browning from your local supermarkets. As you can see, the browning's worked wonders, so it's darkened up the mixture nicely. So it's looking nice and thick and dark brown, just how we want it.
So at this stage I was dying to give it a taste and see what I thought, and I loved it.
So I've got the seal of approval from Ed, and I'm going to dish it up into this lovely gravy boat. Look at that, lovely gravy. So now that you've got your gravy, it's time to put it on your favourite foods. For me this evening, a portion of chips from the chip shop. Chips and gravy, you just can't beat it. But you want a little extra, then why don't we add some cheese? Cheese, chips and gravy. So if you're from England, you know about this dish.
Yum, yum.
So not just chips, cheese and gravy, I also love it on fried chicken. We've got a lamb steak there, so yeah, we're just pouring all that on.
Cheese, chips and gravy. Well, if you like this video, like and subscribe.